What's up, guys? It is Bernardo from the BTNHD, and do not freak out. We just did a quick unboxing on Lenovo's Y540 gaming laptop. So what comes inside the box? So we have our safety and warranty guide right here. We have the Lenovo Legion Y540 setup guide. We have our heavy gauge power cord and our power adapter, which is actually 230 watts. And I'm actually going to take the power cable and plug it into the power brick. And bam, good to go. And last but not least, we have the beautiful Raven Black Legion Y540 gaming laptop weighing around 6.30 pounds with a thickness of 1.05 inches. I picked this guy up because I needed to upgrade my gaming system, and because my son is getting into PC gaming, I gave him my laptop and I said to myself, hey, why not get a laptop that a lot of people are talking about? So I picked up the Y540 and I'm super impressed with this guy. Okay, so the Y540 has a lot of ports. This is one of the things that I love about this machine because I'm able to plug in a lot of stuff. Now, if you have the laptop facing you to the point that you are able to open it up like this, on your right hand side, you only have one 3.1 USB port. On your left hand side, you have your audio combo jack, as well as one 3.1 USB port. On the back, you have one Type-C port, a mini display, an additional 3.1 USB port, your HDMI, your RJ45 or your Ethernet port, and last but not least, your power port. All right, so we just went over some of the ports and features on the Y540. This is one of the things that I like about this machine a lot, because it gives me multiple USB ports, as well as a mini display port and also an HDMI. And don't forget about that RJ45, because that allows me to hardwire in so I could game. So let's open this guy up and take a closer look. Right here, just open this guy up real slow. Bam, awesome. Now the power button on the Y540 is actually located right here at the top of the keyboard, so we're going to press it to turn it on. Okay, so let's talk about the keyboard, trackpad, display, and all that good stuff on the Y540. So let's focus on the trackpad. Now, the trackpad itself, using it, I didn't have any issues at all. It just worked. If you want to know the measurement of the trackpad, if you take a quarter, a nickel, and 3 dimes, that's going to measure around 3.9 inches, which is pretty large. For the keyboard itself, it is a full keyboard layout, which gives you the number pad. I know Lenovo is upgrading their Legion lineup with the number pad keyboards, and the directional keys are being moved. Now the keyboard is super responsive. I didn't have any issues when I was typing or using like Word or going online or when I was gaming. It is super fast. You're able to get quick reaction with it, no hesitations at all. The pressure on the keys itself is really smooth. You don't really need to put too much pressure to actually use it. If you want to know the key measurements between each key, you take a penny and a nickel, that's going to measure around 0.12 inches. Now the keyboard itself is backlit, which is awesome, and the color is white. Now the speaker location on the Y540, they're actually located at the bottom right here of the keyboard. They're pretty loud, and the highest that I got was around 86.9 decibels. Now for the display on the Y540, I got the one that's 17.3 inches IPS display. For the refresh rate for this particular model, I got the one that is 144 hertz. Resolution is only 1920 by 1080. The brightness level right now, if you want to know the brightness, I think this is his highest right now with the brightness, and this is the lowest. If you want to know nits, it's around 300. Now for the webcam, you would think that the webcam is right here in the top. For this model, the webcam is located right here in the bottom, which is kind of odd. It does have the privacy guard right here, which allows you to slide it to your right to open it, and then slide it to your left to close it. The Legion Y540 is capable of doing HDR, but it is Windows HDR. You got to go inside the settings and enable it, and you're able to view content that has HDR technology on it. Now, how did I get my Y540 set up, right? Because it all depends on what you get on this machine, and then, you know, the price goes up even more. But the way that I set my thing up was awesome. I had to get these specifications. So let's look at it. So let's right click on the taskbar. Let's go inside Task Manager. Let's go to Performance. Let's open this guy up a little bit. We're going to right click on the CPU, go to Change to Graph, Logical Processor. And the Y540, I got it hooked up with the i7 9750H processor with a clock speed of 2.60 gigahertz. Right now, 1 socket, 6 cores, 12 logical processors. Woof! Yes, I know. Now for memory, I only got 16 gigs, but you are able to max it out on the Lenovo site to up to 32 gigs. For storage, I have two C drive and a D drive. My primary hard drive is only 256 gig, and my D drive is actually a 1 terabyte. For my graphics card, I actually got it hooked up with the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2060. Now, with these specifications, I was able to do everything that I normally do with my day-to-day life, right? I was able to edit 4K video, encode, decode using media encoder. I was able to watch movies. I was able to do everything, do Photoshop, Illustrator. I was able to game, doing a little bit of League of Legends, Overwatch, Fortnite with my son, gaming online with him using this machine. This machine is capable of handling anything. I did notice some heating around this area right here, in this area, especially around this area. But the reason why, it's gonna get hot because it's actually using all that power that's inside this machine. Don't get me wrong, the Y540 has a lot of vents. You got vents right here on the side, as well as the vents kind of curve all the way to the back. And at the very bottom, you have more ventilation to keep it nice and cool. Now, the Y540 is an awesome laptop, and it all depends on how you get it configured when you're purchasing it at the Lenovo site. I don't consider this laptop to be a traveling laptop because the battery sucks, like really bad. So I'm actually gonna go here and I'm gonna show you guys that I did 3 tests using PC Mark 10 on this particular machine. The first test was all about modern office battery life. I did a little bit of Word, PowerPoint, searching online, and it constantly did that. It only lasts about 3 hours and 1 minute, right? On my second test, just pure video playback, 2 hours and 38 minutes. And then my last test was gaming. Yes, gaming, 1 hour and 20 minutes. I do not recommend playing this laptop without a power adapter when you're gaming, because you're gonna see that your performance is gonna drop, and that's not what you want, right? So that basically means you gotta have this laptop plugged in 24/7 if you are gaming. Basic usage, I got maybe 3.5 to 4.5 hours of battery life without plugging it in. You are able to go inside BIOS and change the graphics mode to discrete or switchable graphics mode. When I used both of them in testing out the battery, I didn't really see a difference. I still got between 3.5 to 4.5 hours, but again, it really depends on how you use it. If you change the brightness of the display and do a couple of tweaks, disable all the animation, make sure you disable some of the Windows updates so it won't run in the background, you could probably get a little bit more, but average was around 3.5 hours. All right, so let's conclude our review on the Y540. I'm super happy that I got this guy and the specifications that I got. I'm extremely happy with the price. I got a lot of deals and coupons and stuff, but retail price it really depends on how you get it configured. It starts around $900 to $1,500. Now, the way that I got mine set up with the graphics card, the memory, the 2 hard drives, and all that other good stuff, plus the refresh rate of 144 hertz on the display, I got around $1,200. That's a great deal. Again, I used a lot of coupons and codes and stuff to drop down that price. Now, the only thing that I did not like about the Y540 is the fan noise that produces around this area right here. And the only time I see that is when I'm actually using Adobe Premiere or I'm rendering stuff out within Media Encoder. The fan noise gets really loud. Don't get me wrong, you get used to it and you kind of like, it filters out, but at first you say to yourself like, wow, why is this so loud, right? But it's just the machine really using all those, components to actually produce what you want. You really hear it when you're gaming. The fan noise would get really loud. The Y540 is extremely easy to upgrade. Just put it flat down to the point that you're able to see the back part of it. There's 2 screws in the very front. Take those 2 screws, slide it, boom, and then you have full access to the hard drive and the memory. And that's super easy. I do enjoy the design and the color of the Y540. Raven black, beautiful color. And then on the display top, you have that nice little Y signature that lights up. Location of the webcam. I think a lot of people complain about the location of the webcam. It's a big no-no that's in the bottom. You don't really use it a lot when you're like streaming. Typically, you would use a USB webcam and just place it at the top of the display and just use that. And that's it. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this review on Lenovo's Legion Y540. I still think that this machine is a great find. If you want to get into gaming and you need a laptop, I would definitely get this one ASAP. I know Lenovo is going to be releasing a lot of Legion laptops pretty soon, but I mean, for the price and what it does and what it has, it works for me. It was right there in the budget. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget about hitting that like button. Also, do not forget about punching, elbow, and smashing that subscribe button to get the latest and greatest from this guy. And I catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.